Who said tennis was hard? Futures doesn't even seem to be that far. What's up guys, welcome back to Gladiators Tribe, and more specifically to Gladiators on Tour from 0 to ATP player. This is a series where I try to go from absolute zero, no points and no ranking, to becoming a pro tennis player and winning those juicy ATP points. If you're not following this series from episode 1, it might be a good idea to do so, and in that case I will leave a link to the first episode up over there. But for those who are following, 2 weeks ago I posted a video where I, spoiler alert, took my first national title in Spain and put myself on the list of all the tennis players in Spain, which means I gained my first national ranking. With that, I also completed 1 out of the 5 titles that you need to win in order to get that mega trophy, and so far this journey is starting really well. Since I saw that trophy, now I have a solid idea that I need to win it in order to bring it to this studio. Well, not to this studio, to the studio that I have in Barcelona, and because it's just gonna look really cool. And I won't stop playing these tournaments until I get that trophy. So we have another small little goal to complete on our big road to the ATP points. With that said, we're on to our second national tournament, so it's time to pack up and head out to the club because guys, we need those points.
It's 9 a.m. in the morning. My match is up at 12. I have a bye in the first round, which means to win the tournament, I'm only gonna have to win 3 matches, which is always good. Yeah, let's pack up, have some breakfast, and head out to the club.
I've always liked the club this tournament is played at because of its location. It's a beautiful place just out of Barcelona, and you can tell that I'm not the only one who thinks it's a nice place based on the houses and cars you can find here. There was like 500k worth of cars parked there. It's also a golf club, so I'm not sure it could get any fancier than that. After paying for the inscription at the tournament desk, I had a quick coffee and edited while waiting for my match.
It was raining, so the courts are a little wet, but I have like 40 minutes, but we're headed to the match now. Court number 2. Wish me luck, guys, but I think we should be fine, hopefully. Didn't really warm up properly, which is not a good idea, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do, you know? Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it.
Right away I could tell that this match wasn't going to be a tough one. My opponent was obviously quite a bit younger than me and was really not used to the rhythm of the ball that I was offering. This match was a way for me to get the rhythm and get back on track with my game. My shots weren't properly calibrated and I was making some unforced errors, and this match was a great opportunity for me to calibrate them, as I wasn't really scared of making mistakes and could allow myself to make some stupid risky decisions, which is exactly what brings one's confidence back and one's shots back. You go for a winner. If you miss it, it's alright. You have a margin for lost points, you're Gucci. But if you make it, boom! Points to the confidence, points to the scoreboard, and points to your shot. The first set flew by rather fast and I was pretty relaxed, whereas my opponent was actually getting pissed, which is exactly the opposite of what you should do when playing a player that is way better than you on paper. Just try to play and be relaxed. Don't take the lost points close to the heart and try to learn from every point you make or lose. Because unless you're Yannick Sinner, there's always going to be a person who is better than you in tennis, and sooner or later you're going to have to play and beat them. So you might as well just try to learn with any opportunity that you have playing against a better player instead of complaining. He did manage to hold up well on one of the games, and I served and played pretty bad, so he managed to pull the game from me, which was actually on my serve, which is another proof that you can beat anyone in tennis. And obviously a game isn't even close to being a match, but who knows what would have happened if he kept playing well and holding the ball in the game. I'm not saying that I would lose, but it would definitely create some more problems for me. I could start feeling the pressure and maybe make a few more unforced errors than I did. Winning matches that you're not supposed to win on paper is probably the most efficient way of match practice, and a one match like that could give you more than a whole tournament won without much effort. In the meanwhile, I'm getting the hang of my shots and slowly but surely bringing the end of this match closer. And that is the end of the first match, boys and girls.
So Glads, the match is done. I won for love 4-1, but not good. Really not feeling the ball. Again, I haven't played for 3 days this time, which I know is not responsible, but hey. Another unresponsible thing is that I'm running out of rackets again. So hopefully I don't break strings, but let's hope for the best. Playing now, next match at 3, which is in an hour. I'm thinking I should probably have something to eat and then just head out. Let's go.
So just like that, playing just one match, we're into the semifinals, which is kind of cool, and we will be playing the second seed of the tournament. But before we get into the match, Glads, if you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell to not miss any of the future uploads and kind of stay in touch with the Glads community. And also, if you're enjoying this video, why not hit that like button? And if we could get to 1K likes, that'd be incredible. You guys absolutely destroyed the previous goal of like 700 likes, and let's see if we can make it to 1,000. That'd be awesome. But now, let the match begin. Every time I warm up for a match, the first and the main thing that I focus on is to make sure that I feel no stiffness on my forehand. Simply because, well, my backhand never fails, but I have a hole on the forehand sometimes. Problem with that sometimes is that it's pretty much most of the times, at least lately. Or so I thought when I was playing the harder tournaments like Futures and UTRs. But since I started playing these smaller tournaments, here my forehand seems to be my weapon, and more of a weapon than my backhand, if I manage to let it loose. And with no pressure at these kind of tournaments, I can actually manage to do it, resulting in some rather insane shots that even I'm surprised with. You'll see a good example of that on the match point of this match. But getting back to the topic of playing an opponent that is better than you, this guy I'm playing now took the way better approach. Instead of getting mad every time I take a point from him with a winner or a smash or something, he'd just laugh and try his best not to let it happen in the next point. Not only was he going through it with way less stress, he was also actually learning something, getting his level up with every shot and improving. Having that in mind though, I myself was playing way better than in the previous match, so I still ended up taking the first set pretty easily. There goes the first set, and I want to use this quick time of resting and drinking water to let you Glads in on the Gladiators t-shirts that I'm working on. I know I've been mentioning them a long time ago, but I'm hoping to launch them really soon, and I'm right now just finishing a few last things regarding the design, and I want to know your Glads opinion on the design of these t-shirts. So here's the design, and Glads, I actually honestly really want to know your opinion, so let me know what you think about this design down in the comments below. I will read every single comment. I think it looks really cool, and I can't wait to get the prototype in my hand, but let me know what you Glads think about it, because at the end of the day, you're going to be the ones wearing them. So yes, back to the match. Although we did take the first set rather easily, you can actually see how the guy's getting better and better and managing to hold longer and longer rallies. Sometimes even managing to dominate with the forehand and creating some pretty cool highlights. And just like that, it's 30-40, and the guy has a break point on my serve, and he actually manages to close it. You can sometimes hear the parents commenting and applauding to some of the points, and those guys are totally awesome because they're acting exactly the way parents of a tennis player should. Not putting any pressure on the child and just letting him play the game, supporting in every way possible. Me, at this point, I'm just swinging my racket in random directions and all of the shots are going in, so I get more and more creative and crazy with them. He's also letting it loose, sometimes going for some down the line winners and drop shots that do end up paying off. But there we are at the last point, and the last shot is just ridiculous.
Alright, Glad's match number 2 is done. That was semi-final, so we're into the final. Was a fun match to play. The guy's parents were very nice, and they were actually laughing at some funny points and really weren't like very serious about it, and we had a quick chat. So yeah, very nice people. The guy didn't seem to be sad or angry or anything, and I feel like that's kind of how it should be, you know, when you play against a player who's, you know, much better than you on paper, older, whatever, blah blah blah. Like, you shouldn't take it like close to the heart, you know. You shouldn't take a loss close to the heart or whatever, and you should just learn from it. But yeah, gonna have something to snack right now probably, and get ready for the final.
I did end up having a vitamin well and a protein bar as a snack and edited a bit more, and then it was time to play the final.
Glad, luckily my strings still haven't broken. That's good. Feeling pretty okay. Not ideal, but decent. And yeah, I have a feeling that I might have to finish this match with this Wilson blade 18x20, but
Glads were about to play the match for the title, points, and one more medal closer to winning that mega trophy. I was playing the guy who beat the first seed 4-2 for love, so this was gonna be the hardest match by far. But before we get into this match, Glads, remember that if there's absolutely anything tennis related that you want to get for yourself or for your loved ones, like a racket, shoes, bags, anything, socks, the link to get that anything is going to be down in the description below, together with our exclusive discount code that's going to save you some cash, and that also helps the channel. But now, to the final.
let's go.
Truth be told, I was walking into this match very cocky, thinking that I will have zero resistance in taking that title. And literally in the first game came the resistance. This guy was actually training in Andorra, so check out my video about Andorra up over there. Really nice video in my opinion that got like 0 views, but yeah, he was playing really well for his age, creating a lot of trouble and even getting a game point in the first game of the match. Not only was he playing well, but he was also playing rather smart, making the right decisions, not rushing the points prematurely, and holding the ball in the rally when he had to. And just like that, with a beautiful down the line backhand winner, he takes the first game of the match, and that game was actually pretty long. We're 1 love down, and I just have to serve well, and if that doesn't do the job, plays the second ball properly, and that is exactly what I do. But guys, look at what he does. What was that? He was returning all of my pretty fast and well-placed serves, and if it wasn't for that miss-hit backhand, things could get nasty. We then play a rather long game that I will only show you 1 point of, and my grip starts to slide from the racket, so I do the Richard Gasquet move, quickly changing my grip at the changeover. Anyways, it's 2-1 up, and we're serving, and serving pretty well. I'm very much struggling at this point, as this is not the first 40-all that we went through so far, and I'm struggling and running out of options on the add points. And what does Grisha do when he runs out of options on the add points? He just does Grisha. And luckily doing Grisha does work. 3-1 up. He then rather solidly plays the game on his serve, taking it rather confidently. The guy does not let go and keeps fighting through every single point, coming up with new shots and solutions every time. Even though it's 3-2 up and I'm serving for the set, which is, you know, well done for the guy. I still managed to close the set pretty quickly thanks to a few good serves, and we're on to the second set. Expecting the guy to not let go of the pressure at all, I'm coming into the set very focused, and very well done so, as he was very determined on taking the second set and dragging me into the deciding super tiebreak. By the way, I broke the strings with this point and had to switch my gravity to the only racket that I had left, which was the Wilson Blade 98 V9 18x20, so from here on I'll be playing with the blade. I try my best to get the breakpoint, but the guy keeps bringing it back to 40 all, which is obviously not something that I wanted because I need that trophy for the Glads. And finally, with the shot to defeat, I managed to take the first game of the second set, breaking him right off the bat, and I was really happy I managed to do so right away. I then make some pretty impressive serves and played really well at the net, which gives me both the mental and score advantage in the match. Slowly my confidence is rising, whereas his is going down, but it's going down pretty slowly. I play the game on his serve really well with some great backhand and forehand returns and quickly get to the second break point of this set. It's time to close this thing, just serve well and take the right shots at the right time and we should be good. The Wilson Blade is holding up pretty well and all I'm lacking is just some silicone in the handle and some lead at 12 o'clock. Sorry, I'm getting a bit carried away. Match point. Let's go, boys and girls!
Alright, Glads, took the W, taking the title home. This last match was a mess. Did end up having to finish it with the Wilson Blade. Good racket, baby, good racket. I don't know if the review is out yet, but if it is, I'll link it up somewhere here. But anyways, actually felt better than my gravity, but not because I prefer the racket, but because, well, I mean, God knows, but it's better strung. It's fresh strings, so that's why. Yeah, let's go get that medal. Seems like the party's over, but I need that medal, guys.
So there you have it, Glads. Another title in the pocket. 3 more titles to go to winning that mega trophy. We now have about 200 points, which is just 300 points away from being on the acceptance list of any futures tournament, and I'm really excited for what there is to come. After finishing my tournament, I went to check out Kuzi, who was playing a match at the UTR. He did end up losing, unfortunately, but we did have a lot of fun.
You need to suck, man.
He got beaten on court by an 18-year-old guy and then by Albert in the changing room. Good day for Kuzi, and I will see you, Glads, in the next one. Bye-bye.